Philippine animation. The first things that might come to mind are the animated series Barangay 143 and Super Ingo, as well as the films Orduha and Dayo sa Mundo ng Elementarya, or the live-action and animated hybrid Isko, Adventures in Animatia. Perhaps even the more recent, The Missing. While the popularity of animated feature films has declined due to competition with live-action soap dramas, the animation industry in the Philippines remains very much alive. But let's take a step back and look at the very first animated series on Philippine television. Long before Barangay 143 and Super Ingo, the unfortunately lost 1986 animated adaptation of Ang Panday. Panday is a Filipino comics character created by Carlo J. Caparas in the 1970s. Panday, known by his real name, Flavio, is a noble blacksmith who forges a magical sword from a fallen meteorite and uses it to fight evil forces. The character became a Filipino pop culture icon, especially after its successful film adaptation in the 1980s. The movie's popularity led to 3 direct sequels and several television adaptations. Fernando Poe Jr. portrayed Panday in the 1980 film, and his performance became synonymous with the character.
The adventure continues this week in Ang Panday.
The animated adaptation of Ang Panday was not possible without Jerry Garcia, a cartoonist and illustrator in the 1980s. Primarily a charcoal portrait artist, he grew interested in animation and went on to produce the animated adaptation of the movie.
Ang Panday, the first animation series on primetime television, Friday nights at 8 on RPN, The Leader.
Production started in 1985, and under Garcia's studio, Jerry A. Garcia Animation and Visual Effects Production, or GAVAGEP. The animated series premiered on November 21, 1986. The show mainly used cell animation and rotoscoping, and cast members from the 1980 film, including Fernando Poe Jr., reprised their roles. The series aired during primetime at 8 p.m. every Friday on RPN Channel 9, unlike most animated cartoons, which were typically broadcast in the morning or afternoon. However, it lasted only 6 months due to the high costs of producing an animated series, and reruns aired until late 1987. The series also stated to have been an entry for several festivals, such as the 1987 Annecy International Animation Film Festival, the Nancy Film Festival, and the 7th Asian American Video Festival in 1989. With its short run, however, there is a lack of information about its episodes, and information only relied on eyewitness accounts. The show was described as a conventional adventure story. One such episode featured an armored giant tikbalang, a mythical humanoid horse from Philippine folklore, dancing and singing to the tune of Paru Parong Bukid, believing he had killed Flavio. Another episode featured singing skeletons, with one skeleton reportedly saying, "Mag-exercise tayo tuwing gabi," a parody of Yoyoy Villame's "Mag-exercise tayo," animated with exaggerated movements. Additionally, an episode involved taong tutubi, or humanoid dragonfly creatures. As the protagonist, Flavio, engaged in battle, he struck them with his blade, slicing through their bodies. From the wounds, a mysterious white liquid oozed out. This storyline was reportedly part of a 2-episode arc. Allegedly too, Fernando Poe Jr. would also read every fan's name every episode. While the Manila Bulletin stated that it was a consistent top rater among audiences, Asian cinema offered a conflicting account, reporting that the series failed to attract a large viewership. Nonetheless, the alleged success would contribute to Garcia's passion, leading him to pursue other projects such as both animated adaptations for Captain Barbell and Darna, also produced for RPN. The 1995 live-action or animated hybrid Isko Adventures in Animatia, and later Adarna, the mythical bird, based off from Ibo Adalna, and is the first full-length animated Filipino film aired in cinemas. Despite these, however, Panday was reportedly viewed as negative internationally. According to then Animation Council of the Philippines Vice President Grace Dimaranan, Filipino animators were still associated with the animation quality of Panday in the 2000s, which resulted in the lack of investors in Philippine animation. In the same report, the show's animation was described negatively, and other viewers back then reported that some of the episodes were annoying. Animations were repetitive, as many scenes featured looping animations which were then recycled to fit different contexts. Additionally, long musical segments were a common feature, often accompanied by the same reused animation cells. This was likely due to cost-saving measures and may have contributed to the series' short 6-month run, as previously stated. The animated series, while historic and first of its kind, is lost. On March 14, 2016, a user named OPMMTV Video uploaded the intro of the series. He claimed that the intro was part of a full episode, which had yet to be uploaded. He also mentioned that he had discovered the VHS tape in an old American video store in West Covina, California. On August 20, 2017, additional footage was unearthed through a promo uploaded by viewer on the third Jojo Bailon. However, as of today, no full episodes of the series have resurfaced. The show's status as lost media is one of the most significant losses in Philippine animation history, despite its flaws. It represented an early and ambitious attempt to bring Filipino storytelling to television through animation, an effort that continues to resonate today, as it helped pave the way for future animators and projects.